Hello, Dragon Wingers. It's that time again for a recap of our heroes' misadventures so far. If you're not into that, skip to about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. But if you do want to hear it, then...
Previously on Dragon Wings.
Cassius Mutara, human warlock.
Nothing Demarian, tiefling rogue.
Osgarin Tanan, half-elf bard.
Jacob Marshall, human paladin.
Your mutual friend, Ven, was trying to find his fortune with a chicken wing food stand.
If you're hearing these words, then I've done been plopped in. I leave to you the seeds of my life's work. A legendary chicken wing dry rub, the devil's spice.
My name is Sylvia. Sylvia Wingman. Ven was my father. I hear the Lady Bleth wants you dead. She all but put my brother to death. He fell to one named Hammerfall.
Jacob's eyes close, and all he can say is, "I'm sorry, sister, it was a different life."
Hello, my friends! It's the elven merchant who gave you directions at the farmer's market. Cithrel Liemer. Are you looking for work by any chance? I have a wagon in need of protection.
Oh!
East for Westgate, but west to Elversult.
We will happily lend our arms.
Yeah, so into the wagon we go.
Sylvia darts to the back of the wagon. She is going to skewer you in the back, Jacob.
Fucking knew it!
At that moment,
Told you!
the screeching eagle overhead just bowls into the side of the wagon.
Ah, that's big.
The whole wagon, as the whole thing tips and begins to roll.
What happens to the elk?
Down the side of the hill. The elks are rolling with it.
And now, on Dragon Wings.
Dragon Wing.
So we're just getting tumbled around in the back of the
You've
wagon.
been thrown, you're just tumbling and tumbling.
Wrap my tail around the top joist.
And you're just like floating.
Thing. Yeah,
just
effectively.
I like it. I like it.
Trying to stop myself being injured.
I like how you've got three points of purchase, right?
And so I've got the tail round, and then I'm just trying to get my hand in through the back, just so I can get half an eye out the back, just to see what the bird is doing while we're rolling.
Nothing.
Cool.
Do a quick dexterity check.
19.
19? Okay, you don't need to do this, but the rest of you can take a constitution saving throw.
Real cool. 2.
I'm going to reuse another luck dice.
Another human bullshit.
How many human bullshits do you get per
and
day?
there's 3 per long rest, and I've used up 2, and it didn't really help because I got a 5.
5?
Same.
All of you are going to fail, and you're going to take the full brunt of the damage, which is 8.
Oh, thank Christ.
Points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As you thud into the ground, the wagon comes to a stop. Nothing, you're suspended in the back of the wagon, and as it lands and hits, you flip out and land on your feet easily.
Yeah.
Brad.
You have fallen pretty sharply downwards. Jacob, you can also still feel the sting of Sylvia's attempt on your life in your side. And,
Are you conscious?
Yeah, I'm conscious. I've got a few hit points, but not many.
You are conscious. You're currently slumped in what remains of the chassis of the caravan, just clutching your side. In fact, the wagon lays in ruins all about you, in a mass of rotting vines and rocks at the bottom of this ravine. The 2 elks that were pulling the wagon are lying unmoving. The elven merchant Cithril is awake, and he's reaching for them with one hand, shaking, and he's gasping as well for air because the rest of his body is crushed under several wooden beams.
Oh, Cithril.
The tiefling, Nothing, you alone are stood unharmed, surveying the scene. Your tail stabilised your roll, and you flipped easily free of the crash. Cassius the warlock is slumped, stunned against the tree. Half-elf Osgarin is buried in the wreckage, and you can see Jacob Marshall just clutching his side, leaning against what remains of the caravan's main chassis. Pluckers kind of says, and just kind of trots over to you, trying to look about as concerned as like this massive boulder-like chicken can possibly look at this sort of carnage. And at that moment, there's a peal of thunder overhead, and rain begins to fall.
No.
No,
And actually,
no gigantic birds.
You do also hear in the distance overhead.
Oh man. So I'm all right, yeah.
But for the time being, you can't see the eagle is certainly in the vicinity, but you are all right.
So looking around, like what we've come down, are we like right next to the wall, effectively?
Yeah, you're almost like a kind of the trade road is up on top of this really kind of steep sheer on either side bank. So you've fallen down all the way down around 60 feet into this ravine, and you're kind of all but blocked and sheltered from up above.
So they'd have to come quite the way across to like see where we were.
Yeah, at the moment you've got no line of sight with the thing, and I think for all you know, the eagle doesn't know if you even made it. It certainly sounds near, and actually as you're contemplating that, you hear another couple of similar screeches more distant.
And what's around us? Is there anywhere with anything we could like hide beneath or near or like run to?
Ahead of you is the thicket of a forest.
Okay.
That's what's
Good
before you.
stuff. How many of you fellas think you could run to a forest?
You just hear this sort of mumbled, concussed, sort of almost as if it's coming from behind the wreckage of a wagon, just like
Your latest song.
Little Eagle's dead. Big Eagle's pricks. Getting knocked down a hill in a wagon, fucking awful. It was painful. We were all beaten up. I was trapped in the wreckage. What was really, really cool was seeing nothing like flip out, do some crazy ninja stuff, and basically land like superhero pose effectively. Totally okay, having been through this terrible crash.
Yeah, so I think that situation amply shows how no one should ever take the mick out of my tail ever again. Was a very useful little guy in that situation. Well, not little guy's big, isn't he? But yeah, very useful in that situation. Was pretty pleased with myself, to be honest. Yeah, she doesn't like to be underestimated, so she quite enjoyed that she came out of that one unscathed.
I've been stabbed. That's all Jacob can think about at this point. He's been stabbed, and the world's turned upside down.
Okay, so you're not so good. How are you doing over there, Cassius?
Gather myself and knees to the floor, hand pushes myself up, brush myself down. It's pretty bruised and battered, but seem to be all right. Go over to Cithril, and any chance I can just try and lift up the beams that I crushed him, or is it just way too heavy?
No, you can certainly try. Please, my ex Pinta Nina. And he kind of like reaches out for them again.
Just a classic strength. That will be
classic strength. Yep.
10.
It's not good enough.
Have you got a -1 on strength?
Yeah, sure do.
Okay, you heave, and the rest of you see the beams kind of shift, and Cithril calls out, "Ah!" And you can see under the wreckage his legs are bent awkwardly. He looks in a ruined state. He coughs a couple of times, sort of blood spatters out, but the beams don't shift.
Coming from a medical perspective, trying to lift up the beams was the wrong thing to do.
Stabilise the neck.
Yeah. He's going to have potassium floating all about now.
Put the 2 fingers on their necks. Are they done? Are they out?
You approach the elks and you appraise them. You can do a quick medicine check, actually. Medicine check.
12.
Okay. You check Pinta and Nina. And one of them is dead.
Oh no. Which one?
Which one?
Pinta.
Oh. He was my favourite. He was my favourite.
So much to live for.
She was my favourite.
Pinta is dead and Nina is breathing shallowly. Cithril is far enough away where he can't see.
Okay.
Do we think this might be a terminal event for Cithril? I'm worried.
Do you want to put him out his misery?
You can do a quick medicine check.
Okay. Oh, it's a humble 6 for my medicine check.
A humble 6. It doesn't look good for him.
It doesn't look good for him. Okay.
Okay. Jacob struggles up. I'm going to struggle up out of the wreckage where I am. I'm going to try and remove the debris from the top of us. Jacob is sort of clutching one side, but presumably he's had worse. So yeah, I'm going to try and remove the wreckage from on top of Osgarian.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, and it's going to stay there. Because that is a 5.
Okay.
5.
Osgarian, you're still underground.
Can we? I see Jacob struggling and going to assist. Can we do like a group?
Yeah, you can. So, Jacob, you can do that again with advantage,
Okay.
as you've got assistance there from Cassius.
that is a.
You can do it again. There you go. Fell off.
Yeah. Okay. He's hurt, right? He's badly hurt.
Bad rolls.
This all works. Okay.
Okay.
19.
All right. It shifts. And you just see an isolated head jutting from the
Covered in
wreckage.
dust.
Yeah, covered in dust, grime.
Osgarian.
Just see 2 like wide pupils. Just. Oh God!
How's he doing over there?
He'll live.
He's okay.
Has anybody seen my
alive.
pipes?
Got the bagpipes, mate. What are more important things for us?
I seem to be a little bit stuck.
Cithra says, "Please, my girls, where are they?" And he can't.
He doesn't
see them
sound
from
so.
where
He doesn't sound so good. He
I'm going to go back over to him.
Go and help him.
He coughs. Blood kind of sputters.
I'm stuck.
out of his mouth.
But I'm not in immediate danger of dying. That man sounds prodigiously unwell.
I'm going to head back over. I'm going to tell him they're doing fine, mate. They're just round the corner, shouting up. You can't see them right now, but they're absolutely fine.
Thank you.
Cithra, mate, it's not looking good.
Cithra, you look pretty unwell.
I've never been better. Twitches, convulses slightly.
Now I can't remember.
Can I see him from where I am?
Yeah, you can.
I'm going to use my remaining spell slot. I'm going to cast. So looking at him from my angle,
Yep.
and I presume, does he look? Does this look like a man who's near death, or does this look like a man who's sort of fighting to stay alive?
Both. So he's both near death, and he certainly doesn't mean to give up just yet. But he's absolutely in need of some medical attention.
Cool. In that case, I cast Healing Word.
Okay.
And just give him a little.
I was thinking about finishing him off, but that's a nice thing to do. So
It's either that, or I was going to just put him to sleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, and I heal him for 7 hit points.
The kindly smother.
You see
Just a
some of
little
the
boost.
you see some of the pallor return to his face, and the blood stops trickling out of his mouth, but he still winces in pain. He seems incredibly weak.
Okay. Well, he's looking a bit better now. Let's try and get old mate out from underneath.
He's already out.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. He's just got his head stuck out.
Cithra's not Osgarian is. Cithra's still under.
No.
I'm not out.
You're not. You're still just lying there.
Yeah, very much.
You're just all good.
Isolated head jutting from the debris.
Don't worry, Cithra. We'll. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Okay, I'm going to come over. What is covering him now? What's pinning him down?
As in Osgarian.
Yeah.
Just bits of caravan,
Bits
some
of
trade goods, just this full layer of stuff all over him.
Okay, let's get him out.
And his head is sort of awkwardly.
Let's all work together, shall we?
Yeah, let's lift it.
I'm going to get the tail out.
Okay.
I'm going to wrap it round the top long piece of debris.
Yeah.
Get both my hands on it, and I'm going to pull real hard.
All right. Let's get a strength check.
Ooh, it's an 11.
It's an 11.
Can I say that Jacob was helping? Give advantage.
Yes, you can have advantage. Jacob lunges in to help.
Oh, it's a crit!
It's a crit.
Yeah.
Okay, there's just an explosion of dust and debris.
And you actually put the cart back together.
The cart reforms.
And we get Plucker's wings fall off.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I am
Plucker's wings
peckish.
fall off.
And I put the cockatrice
Don't have
rub
some
on it
healing
that
rub.
we have.
Yeah.
On 2 of them. I give 1 to Cithril and 1 to that elk.
Yeah.
And get it back onto its feet.
That's good, because I lied. I thought he was going to die, but he's not going to die now.
Okay, you give 1 to the elk, Nina, and she starts breathing more steadily. As you kind of force the meat into her.
Yeah.
Just eat.
Elk, famously known.
Carnivorous creatures.
Cithril's already had some healing. I give the other one to Nina as well. 2 chicken wings.
Munches it down.
Yeah.
Okay, and she remains asleep, but altogether more stable. You see some of her outward wounds close up.
That's nice.
Pint, on the other hand, is a goner.
Rip. Hard rip.
Rip. At this point, you consult old Venifer's map,
Okay.
which told you about the different kind of festival locations. And you identified this adjoining forest.
Still buried.
No, you're clear.
I'm out.
You're clear.
I'm out.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
you're
we've got-
explosion of
My
debris and
sick
stuff.
grip
with that
got you out
crater,
from underneath
yeah.
there.
You are very much free.
I just sort of dust myself off, patting
Yes.
all this dust off of me.
You're just. I was going. You're just in this crater
Yeah.
where all of the debris used to be after that crater.
Oh, a fine song this will make.
But consulting the map, you can actually make out an ingredient in this forest.
Would you?
Though,
Fancy that.
although the ingredient itself has been hastily scribbled out.
Oh,
And there's a small note beside it that reads, "Leave it too bloody dangerous." The forest itself is named the Shimmerist Forest, though the formally crossed out ingredient reads, "Bathed in the dying light of a will-o'-the-wisp."
Intriguing.
gonna go hunt a will-o'-the-wisp.
Yeah.
What are them eagles saying?
You can still hear them screeching every now and again, but they don't seem to be in pursuit.
Okay.
You think you could certainly chance it back up on the trade road.
Can we move Cithril? Is he still stuck?
He is still stuck at the moment. He's under the
But
debris.
he's stable.
He seems more
we can
stable
move him
since the
without
healing
hurting him.
burst, yeah.
Probably. All right.
I think those birds are going to come and check at some point, aren't they?
We need
That
to go. We need to get
the
under
forest?
cover.
dead.
Or
I
onto
think
the road.
We need to get under cover.
forest.
But if we leave Cithril here, he's a goner. He's not going to get out.
Yeah,
Does anyone have a flare gun?
A flare gun. I am an ancient rogue, so
Let me
do
check the
not-
old priest pack.
If we're checking for things, do you
I've
have
got-
an atomic warhead?
I've got incense and a candle, so I'm
Okay, how about
literally
this?
nowhere near.
Does anyone have a car?
I've got a disguise kit. I could paint one of you badly because I'm not proficient
To look like a
as
flare.
as a flare.
Okay,
Yeah,
how
great.
about this? How about this?
Fucking A, right.
We go into the forest, and then when you're halfway in there, I turn my eyes up to the sky. Little eldritch blast into the sky, just as a little, and hope that someone finds him.
Let's free Cithril first and see what sort of condition he's in. He might be able to stand up. He might be able to get back up to the road by himself.
Ian just said that his legs are all crooked and bent.
Yeah, but he's been healed a bit. We don't know. I don't know how
We
this stuff.
can split those up.
Yeah. All right. Come on. Group
Let's
effort
go.
to
Group.
lift up this.
Group effort to
Who's the
lift up.
strongest?
By the way, as well,
no.
consulting the old ingredient list, you notice another ingredient, and that is the ground hoof of an elk. Just putting that out there. As you're kind of scanning the list, you...
Cithril,
Well, these guys get him out.
There's something you're not going to want to see, Cithril.
I go round there, just yank off that elk's leg
Which
with
one?
my bare
Which
hand.
name?
Your bare hands.
Which one?
The one that isn't Nina.
Pinter. Hang on.
Harold Pinter.
Harold Pinter.
Harold
Absolutely,
Pinter's...
little literary joke for you there.
So Harold
Lovely.
Pinter's the goner. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be so.
Yeah, right, you guys get him out. I'm not very strong anyway.
Can you slope off?
I slope off, yeah. Someone's got to do it, haven't they?
Okay. All right. Okay, let's try and lift off this wooden spar. Right. 12.
You got advantage, right? Because we're helping you.
Again, 9.
Right.
Hold on, guys.
Second of you to try.
We need to come at this with a plan. And the plan is, I'm not very strong, but I am going to sit back here and play some drums. I'm going to play you a drumming song to lift to.
See, Oscar, I thought you were going to say lift from the leg or something useful. Like,
Keep
no,
your
I'm
legs
going to start
straight.
beating out
Engage your
drums.
core.
But this song is going to
hard.
be. This song is going to be so inspiring that it makes you better at lifting.
Just the song, yeah.
What are the opening lines of this heroic tale of two people who failed to lift a wooden beam?
So this it's very much a work in progress, but it's something along the lines of lift your motherfucker, lift that wagon,
And with
or he'll
that-
die.
So it's floor filler.
Yeah,
It's a banger.
lift that wagon or he'll die.
Unless back in
Working
singing.
title.
Keep your legs straight, keep your legs straight, bend at the knee, keep your back straight,
Yeah.
keep your back straight, keep your back straight.
And you can have this D6 add on to whatever you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, okay, here we go. Here we go.
Attendant manual.
This is Cassius and
So
Jacob.
because you've already tried that combination,
Okay.
that didn't work.
It didn't work.
You tried, you failed. You're going to have
Okay.
to try something else to mix it up.
Hey, I'm really weak, and maybe I'm just getting in your way. These dreads are just flapping your hair in your face. So maybe just do it by yourself. I believe in you. And then I go and join the band. Say, lift with your knees. Keep your back straight.
With that resonating in his ears. He rolls a mathematics 14. I get to plus 16.
It's good enough. The beams shift and they topple, and Cithril cries out in pain, though he is free. His torso, though recently healed, looks altogether crushed and almost in relief of the pain that was with him just a few seconds ago. After crying out, Cithril falls unconscious, though alive.
Nice.
Give
me that dice back.
Thank you for your inspiration.
Very
okay,
welcome.
I'm thinking we've done all we can here. Little smoke signals.
Don't talk to me. I'm cutting off the hoof of a recently deceased elk.
Okay. We can't leave him.
Is there any chance
we
that
can't leave him?
So the elk is still
dead?
No, the other one.
The alive one.
Nina.
Nina's breathing steadily, but asleep essentially, or in a coma.
Any of her limbs like broken or anything like
that? You can check if you want to do a quick medicine check.
Can we not wake this elk up?
Like full Bambi, just
10.
Yeah, just wake up the elk.
Or kill her mum.
Put Cithril on its back.
10.
Yeah. Doesn't look like there are any broken bones.
So what I'm thinking is, when this elk wakes up, if it does, that she'll look after him. Right? That's his pet.
Cassius, I'm not sure that's how elk work.
Yeah. Well, Cithril as well.
I'm a city boy.
As a reminder, Cithril was the one who turned you on to the idea of Elf Assault in the first place. He said that he had a trader friend, somebody who might be able to kind of support you and start you out in the city.
So we need him. He's a contact.
Be a valuable connection. Not that you have to take him along, but just so you remember the value of him.
All right. How long would it take me to carry him up to the road? At least just leave him by the side of the road so someone could pick him up.
It's a steep
take
climb,
him on.
but you could make it.
Like a bit of roadkill. Just leave him by the road and see if someone collects it.
Better than leave him in a bloody ravine.
Well, look, right,
Probably.
so, like, why are we going into the forest versus the road?
To get the dying
Will-o'-the-wisp
breath of a will-o'-the-wisp.
Which I think was fucking dangerous, though. This
wanna
guy
do
can set
that.
us up in the city.
I heard stories about will-o'-the-wisps.
Yeah.
It sounds fucking sick. Let's do that.
How about this?
Yeah.
We drag him into the forest. We all have a little breather. I need to heal up because I'm nearly dead.
Let's have a lovely long rest.
You know? And then someone's keeping watch. We do that little thing. Hopefully, during the long watch, he wakes up a little bit. Maybe that elk stirs. We can then put him on the back of the elk, send him back into town, and then be like, well, done.
Camping.
Don't know what that was about.
Sign me up.
At this juncture, I want all of you to do a quick perception check.
Oh, man.
I'd just like to point out that I've finished gnawing neatly through the bone of the elk's leg,
Right.
despite owning a dagger.
So you got the hoof.
I've got the hoof.
I rolled
It's in the bag.
Osgerin rolls 10.
Yep.
Jacob is vaguely aware that he's conscious in the world with a 3.
Very contemplative.
Yeah.
After this incident.
He's looking inward.
Introspective.
Cassius.
15.
15.
14.
14. Cassius and Nothing. Up ahead through the mist of the ever heavying rainfall, you can see something in the shadows of the wood.
What is it, boy?
It is hunched over, and it just seems to be peering at you through the mist and the gloom.
Jacob isn't easily intimidated by people watching him, particularly when he's in a pretty dire situation. That used to be his whole life, basically. He will wait. He'll wait, and we'll see what happens.
Look, Nothing enjoys a bit of adventure as much as the next person, but she can't see any good of going into that forest. Everyone is kind of injured or sick. We've got an elk. I just don't think she can see good things coming out of going over there. And the presence of that kind of weird, hunched figure kind of supports that.
I think if anyone's watching you in the rain, then they're pretty much A, a stalker, or B, gonna try and kill you.
Nobody likes looming, mysterious figures. I mean, they're out in the rain, in the middle of nowhere, looking gnarly. Why doesn't he say hello?
Jacob is
How far away is
contemplating the
Forest?
room to his side.
The tree line is around 30 feet away. You can see this figure in the gloom and shadows around 80 feet away.
Sweet. Okay. Does it look like it wants to be friends?
It begins steadily moving towards you.
Fuck.
I stand forward and flip out my Baldur's Gate PD badge and be like, Baldur's Gate PD.
BGPD.
Who goes there? Friend or foe? Animal or human?
While he's fucking about, I say to these guys, there is something big.
I was looking
Coming out
through
the
the
woods.
wreckage. I found my bagpipes.
Okay.
And I was just like, what?
There's something big coming, and I do not know what
Jacob
it
puts
is.
his hand on Teardrop, lifts it up. Goes, Cassius, I'm not sure you've got jurisdiction here. We're in a wood.
I want to see a buddy cop movie just with Cassius and Jacob.
You got a lot of
One's a
heart.
straight-laced paladin, and the other.
While these lot are fucking about, I'm getting behind the wreckage of the
You're hiding.
of the wagon. Yeah, I'm drawing the hand crossbow, but I'm getting underneath that wreckage.
Nothing seems to have a fairly canny sense for survival, and I join her. Just sort of
Coming in, babe.
sneak back in underneath the wreckage of the wagon and pull out my hand with my light crossbow.
I turn to Jacob and say, look, if a Teardrop has more authority here than this Baldur's Gate PD badge, then be my guest and step behind him, but with my ever two fingers on my trusty eyes.
Nice.
Okay, I want all of you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, come on, please.
9.
If I can't do well here, where can I do?
Oh, it's a 9 for me.
12 is the number.
Cool.
Oh, good.
I failed.
I'm going to use a luck point. Okay? My last
You and your
one.
human, your puny human luck.
12.
Oh, God. Cassius
12.
knows that he's
Yeah,
a fucking
12.
weakling. And he's just like, luck be a lady tonight. 14 minus 1, 13.
Okay, Cassius and Jacob, you succeed. Nothing and Osgarin, you fail.
Good thing I'm
as
cowering beneath a broken truck.
Two masses of slithering vines whip out from the ground and they snare around you. Sets of vines also snare from the same point around Cithril and Pluckers, who were just immediately bound to the floor. Almost simultaneously, 3 bunches of, they look like twigs, uproot their legs from the ground, trailing wet soil, and they begin stomping towards you. And the shambling figure from the forest emerges. It's humanoid and faceless, and its body is comprised almost entirely of long, spiny needles.
Ooh. Question.
Yes.
When you say faceless,
Yeah.
nothing there, or just like face has been ripped off?
That's such a specific. There's basically nothing there.
Like a void.
Yeah, there's no eyes, nose, mouth. It's just this featureless kind of head.
Query.
Go on.
I drew my hand crossbow prior to the appearance of the vines. Am I now pinned to the floor and unable to use it?
You are pinned to the floor, but we will come to that. But you can roll initiative. First up, Cassius. Ahead of you, you have
Little triggies.
3 twig blights. And these twig bunches, much like the surrounding area around you, are just kind of mottled with this like dappled black and purple kind of rancid blight running through them. There are also 2 vine blights, which are the sort of viney masses that sprouted from the ground. And there's also the needle blight, which is a single shambling figure from the forest.
Cool. Does it seem like this needle blight, voidless, faceless man is controlling the other entities?
If it is, you can't see how.
Okay.
Quick team meeting.
Take a knee and then just fire an Eldritch Blast into his voidless, stupid face.
Nice.
21 to hit.
It's a hit.
13 damage.
Ooh.
Max out that damage.
Ooh, yeah, lovely.
And then I'm gonna run over to the 2 wings that just popped off Pluckers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rub the little rub on it.
Yeah.
And then just myself
So to eat one wing is one bonus action.
Okay, ate one wing. And it's just 1 point.
You gain 1 hit point.
Worth it.
One of the twig blights is going to lurch forwards towards the prone and now unconscious Cithril.
Oh shit.
Who is going to lunge forwards with its tendril-like hands and rake him across the chest. Yeah, he takes the hit, doesn't cry out, but new wounds start to seep blood.
Oh, Jesus.
And as the twig blight stops moving, it's uncanny. Although you know that it's there, it almost seems to blend into the background behind him. You
When it
can't
isn't
really,
moving.
when it isn't moving, it's almost indistinguishable from the shrub around it.
Can't see the wood for the trees.
Get out.
Next up then
I'm trapped.
Next is the vine blight that has pluckers in its thrall, and you see the vine constrict around pluckers. But you see pluckers just kind of like throttle and get grotted by these vines.
Why aren't I a level 17 orc?
As he's bound to the floor.
Fuck that twig up in a second. Hands off my chicken.
Next is the needle blight.
I did it deliberately to
Who
upset you.
is going to point at you, Cassius, as a lengthy meter-long needle shoots from its arm and tries to spear you in the chest for 16 versus AC.
Hit.
Oh no.
Alright, it's just going to be 2 points of piercing damage
That's lucky because we're all injured from our big fall down the hill.
Yeah.
as the needle lances into you. Next up is another one of the twig blights who's going to shamble forward.
What are there?
There's 3 of them. And this time it's going to shamble over to Pluckers, bound by the vine, and is going to hit for 19 versus AC, which is certainly a hit. And then is going to rake Pluckers for 2 points of damage.
Talk me through Pluckers at AC.
Pluckers doesn't look combat ready.
Okay.
Next up, finally, is the other vine blight, who is bound Cithril to the ground and is going to try and constrict him as well, and certainly does, for a lot of damage, and he is effectively unconscious.
Oh, we're nearing hard rip here, aren't we?
You're nearing hard rip with Cithril, and as you see the vines cut into his throat and chest, you think that he is on the brink of death.
Shit.
Next is Osgarin.
This is normally where I'd stabbed him with a rapier, but I'm branching out. And
Get out.
I can't nothing. As I've told you, constricted by vines at the moment.
DM softly shakes head. That's what he's done.
I'm taking
He's like the hard of hearing subtitles.
The audio description.
Yeah. Can I do? I have my crossbow in my hand, and there are 2 vine blights on.
2 vine
Cithril,
blights,
right?
one very close to Cithril, one very close to Pluckers, though they're both affecting the surrounding area.
I sort of crane my neck to look at the vine blight that is squashing Pluckers, and I go, Vine boy, you know what my nickname is? Agent Orange. And then I spit at it, and that constitutes me casting Vicious Mockery. Can it take a wisdom saving throw?
It's a good thing wit isn't a prerequisite there.
Right, yeah. I know.
It's a tree. It's fine.
And sorry, wisdom.
Notoriously sensitive.
6.
Yeah.
6. It fails and takes a whopping 1 point of psychic damage.
Massive.
Every little helps.
You take psychic damage if you are made of wooden leaves.
Sorry, little twiggy fellas have got feelings.
And then can I, as my movement, try and escape my restraints?
You can do a strength check.
Would that have counted as it? Because that was my action. I just
Yeah,
took.
you can do a strength check anyway to see if you're free of the constriction.
13.
Good enough. You're free. Nothing.
Yeah.
You're up.
I drew my crossbow, but I presume my arms are now pinned to the ground.
You are restrained, but you can still fight.
Pluckers.
Yep.
He's being constricted. Is there much I could shoot at over there? Or is it's all vines, it's sort of like all covering?
Oh no, you can absolutely shoot at this like viney mass where the tendrils are clearly emanating from.
That viney piece of shit, I'm going to show it who's boss.
The Pluckers one. Yep.
Yeah, and I am going to shoot my crossbow at it from my supine position underneath a cart. Promising.
Yeah.
Basically.
A 20.
It's a hit.
Yes! It's a casual 3 points piercing damage.
That's pretty big.
I have got a bonus action. Unfortunately, all my bonus actions rely on me not being pinned to the floor
That's bad.
by a mystic twig. So I'm going to have to just lie
You can
here.
do a strength check to see
do a
if you
strength check.
free yourself.
Let's go. It's a casual 10.
That's
With
not
that
good
minus
enough.
one, right?
yeah, that's with the minus one.
The -1, it did not help. You're still restrained. Can't move. The last of the twig boys,
well down the order, aren't I?
who is going to shamble forwards and go for you, Jacob. Oh dear. It's going to try and swipe you for 15 versus AC.
Blang! That was it bouncing off my arm.
The hand splangs off.
I'll take noises I've never heard before for 100, please.
And
Alex.
as the twig blight stops moving again, it sort of almost blends into the background. But next up is you, Jacob.
Okay, so as a bonus action, the first thing I'm going to do is cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Yeah.
Because I am hurt. So it's going to be +2 to my AC. And then as another bonus action, because I am a shield master, I am going to shove this dude with my shield, to try and knock him prone.
Okay.
So we need to do a contested athletics check.
So you want to try and knock him prone?
Yeah,
we'll take that.
as a shove.
We'll
as a
do
shove.
contested
It worked very
athletics.
well for you in the fighting pit last time.
Yeah.
Crits.
Oh,
22.
He stays standing. He stays standing. That is a 9. Okay, all right.
Okay, you bounce off him.
All right, so I'm going to try and smack him in the face with Teardrop. Oh man, what is it with these rolls? 7 versus AC.
It's a miss.
Yeah.
We're back up to the top. Cassius.
You just see, like, rather than my eyes that normally go purple when the Eldritch Blast, you just see this shimmering blackness develop around me, and then this fire just erupt from my hands as I just put my hands together and just, and this huge fire just erupts from my hands and just in a 15-foot cone, engulf that one. The needle boy. He needs to take a sweet old Dex save.
Dex 10.
Okay, fails. He takes 15 fire damage.
Okay, the needle blight just disintegrates before your eyes. In the midst of the blast, it is dead.
Good work, Cassius.
My smouldering hands just go back to my side. Deep breaths. Put my hand into my pocket, pull out the other chicken wing, and just
munch on down.
And heal
an
extra 1 point.
Next up, it is the twig blight looming over Sithril, who's going to try and rake him again. And it's a hit. And he takes yet more damage and is absolutely on the brink of mortal existence, but still clutching on somehow. Next is the Vine Blight, who's going to try and constrict Pluckers further into the ground, and succeeds. This time for 7 points, which is going to push Pluckers into the beyond.
Pluckers has got
As
unconscious.
Plucker's eyes roll backwards into his head, and Pluckers falls unconscious.
What the actual fuck?
Pluckers is now partially suspended in the air. Next is the Twig Blight by Pluckers, who's actually going to waddle on over to nothing.
No.
And it's going to try and rake you for 19 versus AC.
Oh, that's a hit.
And it's just going to do a gentleman's 2 points of piercing
Oh,
damage.
lovely.
Next is the Osgarin.
As he is heralded in far off lands, I slog, sort of wading and cutting my way through the bushes towards Pluckers, and I bring up my rapier and go and just sort of slash. Even though rapier famously is a stabbing sword,
still
rolls an 8.
It's a miss. Nothing. You're up.
Can I do a quick strength check, see if I can escape these motherfucking vines?
Yes.
Oh, it's a 4.
That you're still constrained.
I am still constrained. Okay.
Pluckers is unconscious. Sethrill is on the verge of. You think his head is about to be removed from his body, judging by the tension in those vines.
Nothing wants that chicken safe over anything else.
Yeah.
So she's going to have another attack with a hand crossbow from her supine position. 18 plus 4, 22.
It's a hit.
Sick. It's a 6, it's a 10. Hit for 10.
Nice. Next up, Jacob, the twig blight next to you is going to try and slash at you again. This time for just a 4 versus AC.
Splang! Do it again. Yeah, no, it's not going to hit.
As it bounces off your armor, you're up.
I'm going to bring Teardrop down on its head and crush its face. Which, for a 13 again.
It's a hit.
Whee!
Just.
And that is 8 points damage.
Nice. It explodes in a shower of wood.
2 down.
Get some!
Back up to Cassius, you see Jacob just destroy this pile of twigs into the floor.
Roly-poly. Go to the knee. Fire an Eldritch Blast at the twig blight over pluckers.
Yeah.
And then I teddy bear roll into it.
Yeah.
13.
It's a hit.
9 points of force damage.
Boom. The same Vine Blight is going to squeeze into Plucker's unconscious form once more. Though it doesn't seem to make any further purchase on its lifeless, not lifeless, but unmoving body.
Oh my god.
Next then is the Twig Blight next to Pluckers, who's going to rake into the body again, and Pluckers takes the damage, but is basically fine. At that moment, you see the vines attempt to bind the on the brink of permanent death body of Sethril once more, and he crits. It's a 20. Sethril's head leaves his body.
Oh, holy jeez.
And his body just explodes apart in a wall of viscera, and Sethril is most certainly dead.
I don't think we did the best by Sethril, I must admit.
You're saying that now.
I'm saying that out of character.
Watching the explosion of guts and gore, you're just, I don't know if we did the... probably could have done
He
better.
probably rused the day he got involved with us, but...
But next is Oscarin. Blood spatters into you.
Oscarin just sort of shocked, just wipes a bit of
elf,
just sort of off of his face, and just hears this wet slap as it hits the ground beneath him. Just shakes himself out of it, and again stabs at the twig blight that is still encompassing Plucker's unconscious body. For a 15 versus AC.
It's a hit.
Yay! 8 points of piercing damage.
Nice. Explodes into twigs.
Nice.
Goner. Anything more?
No.
Nothing.
Just...
So that's gone. So immediately, strength check, please. I want to get out of these fucking vines.
Go for it.
11.
Just so you know, 12 is the number.
Yeah, but I'm rolling a 12 with my -1 modifier.
Nice.
Not quite hitting
it's
me.
still not quite good enough. Nothing.
Okay. Who is in range for me, lying supine on the floor, holding?
Nobody is lying supine. Pluckers.
No,
looks to be
sorry. As in, I'm lying supine. Who is?
Oh, you are.
Who? Because I'm still held by these vines. So
Yeah,
who
yeah.
can I? Is there anyone within range for me to hit?
They're all within range.
Okay.
The twig blight is dead, but the vine is still there.
Vine, hit that motherfucking vine that is trying to kill the chicken.
Yeah.
11.
It's a miss. All right, and almost embarrassed by the feat, the vines retreat.
No, man!
They just
damage. It was a retreat.
Combat over. Wow.
How long have we been fighting for there? Like
ages.
45 minutes, and we did not complete the encounter.
And I have got 1 hit point left.
Okay, guys.
You went toe to toe with a Gardner Haskins selection.
Yeah. reset the danger room. We're going again.
But you are out of combat.
Aside,
the first
I
thing
am
you
gagging
see,
for a rest.
My butt is so sweaty.
The two things that you see are Plucker's unconscious form and Sethril's
decapitated corpse.
Decapitated body.
Dragon Wing.
Thanks thanks for listening. And also, thanks for sharing the good word, you glorious bastards, as holy shit, we are up to getting downloads in 33 countries. Completely bum-blowing. A reminder for London, UK-based listeners that this week we will be at Dragon Meet on Saturday the 30th of November. If you listen and you're there, say hello to us. If you're also incredibly early, you can jump in on one of our morning games DM'd by us, the Dragon Wings crew, from 9:30am. Lastly, if you use iTunes or fancy making an account, please help us out by leaving a tasty 5-star rating and a review of your kind thoughts. Thank you again, and we will catch you next time.